New video, take two. So I just made this video and it got interrupted and messed up. So I had it's story time. So I had a root canal done yesterday, and I think you guys need to take care of your teeth. Figure out, I would recommend, I think we're going to be going into a little bit of some exciting times in our country, and it would be a really bad thing to have a toothache or have like a medical condition or something like that if there's a lot of other things in the environment going on. So I would recommend going to your dentist, getting a checkup like right away. Like after this video, call and schedule an appointment if you're with your dentist if you haven't done it in a while. And so last Thursday, all my teeth started hurting, and I thought that was kind of weird. I don't know why all my teeth would start hurting at once, and I thought maybe since I'm carnivore, I only eat meat and fat, I started eating some salads and some celery and cucumbers and onions. I started adding those in, and I thought, well, maybe my body is reacting to the vegetables, and so I just like to experiment. I'm not doing it for any fad diet or trying to get to a goal weight. I'm just trying to have a lifestyle that's sustainable, that I enjoy. And carnivore's been that way, but I really do like fruits and vegetables. I haven't been eating any fruit because there's sugars in it. So I attributed last Thursday that my tooth pain might have been from the vegetables, but anyway, I go, well, I've been pretty dissatisfied with my dentist, so I figured I'm going to switch to the dentist that my daughter uses. They have a really nice office and super friendly staff. So I went there to see if I could get set up as a new patient, and they didn't have anything available right away. And they said, well, just go to your old dentist, that way she can see you and then get you taken care of, and then we'll just get you on the schedule like a normal patient. Because I was having some pretty good pain, and that didn't work. My dentist, she was overbooked or something like that and never had time to see me. She's always had some sort of excuse, at least the receptionist always had some sort of excuse as to why I couldn't be seen. And so I was like, dang it. So I suffered through the weekend, and then on Monday it got really bad, and I went back to my daughter's dentist. I said, hey, they won't see me, or no, now I got all confused. I hadn't seen my dentist yet, and now I got all confused. Dang it. Well, in a nutshell, the power was out at my daughter's dentist, so they couldn't do anything, and so I was kind of in a panic, going, well, I've got to do something. So I called around, and there's no dentist around that could see me, and so I started driving. I drove back to my dentist. I said, hey, this is now an emergency. Can you fit me in somehow? And they're like, no, we're totally booked. And I was like, well, that's a waste of time. I went online. I said, emergency dentist. And there was one in Grand Rapids called Aspen Dental, or I think it's Aspen Dental. And there was an appointment like for an hour away. I'm like, or an hour from that moment. I was like, okay, so I quickly made the appointment, put all my information in, jumped in my car and headed that way. And I got there and I said, hey, I'm here for my appointment. And they're like, oh, all our x-rays are down because of that IT BS from last Friday. And I'm like going, what the heck? They're like, we can't take any x-rays, so we can't see below the surface. So there's nothing we can do. So I went to my periodontist, and I went in there and I said, hey, this is unusual. I can't find a dentist to see me, and everybody's kind of either offline or affected by this overscheduled or whatever. And I said, hey, I'm having a dental emergency and I'm not sure what to do. And they're like, well, we don't really do that. We do like periodontal disease and extractions and things like that. I'm like, well, there's nobody who can see me. And the receptionist said, well, your doctor should be able to fit you in if it's an emergency. That's what they do. That's their job. You're not doctor, but you're dentist. And I said, they said they were overbooked. So she got on the phone and called my dentist, and she was like, hey, we've got a mutual patient here that's having a dental emergency. Can you fit him in? Because he's, needs some help. And she kind of got this disgusted look on her face at the reply. And she's like, oh, okay, well, whatever, and hung up. And then she goes, hang on a second. She went in the back, talked to the doctor that runs the office, and they agreed to take me back there. And then they're, I'm not sure if it's the hygienist or whoever does the tooth cleaning or the deep root cleaning type stuff. She took an x-ray and gave it to the doctor at the periodontist, and he's like, oh yeah, that looks like it's needs a root canal, I think. He recommended this place, Root Canal Specialists in Grand Rapids. That's the name of the company. And so they sent that over, the referral over, and I called there and they said, well, we can fit you in today, or late in the afternoon, which would have been a nightmare to get there, or tomorrow morning at like 7:45. And I'm like, I'll take the 7:45 in the morning. So I took a whole bunch of ibuprofen and Motrin, and my periodontist prescribed some antibiotics. I took those, and I normally don't take medicine. I don't like aspirin even, or ibuprofen, and especially antibiotics. I think those really mess up your system. They kill all the good gut flora in your body as well. But I started taking it. I had enough. So I went in yesterday. It was like $1,500. I paid them, and they interestingly offered a cash discount, which I thought was cool. So they drilled me out, put in a temporary filling, and now I just have to get a crown, and then I'll be back to normal. But I'm getting set up as a new patient at that new dentist, so I'm going to get all of my teeth all dialed in. I always have good teeth, but it is what it is. So it doesn't matter what you have for preparation, communication, security, whatever you got. These are sweet. These shortwave radios. This is a cheap one. I enjoy using this one. It's got the analog dial. I'm not a big fan of the digital dials, even though most of my shortwave radios are digital. There's something about just scrolling through and then just fine-tuning just by hand. It's more enjoyable to use for me. And these are cheap, like $20 on Amazon. It's the R9012. Oh yeah, and there's another one here. I use this quite a bit. It's a digital one. It's the V115, and there's several different brand names. This company, whoever it is, makes this V115 for, I think they make them for Texan and a couple other brands. So if you're on Amazon, just look for V115. They're kind of nice. I got a radio review coming as well for a new radio I got. But anyway, I figured I'd share that story. It's good to get some a bunch of gold and silver, and have your wealth secured. But it's no good to just buy this stuff to give to your kids. That would be kind of, I don't know, an odd way of doing things, in my opinion. To invest and secure your wealth to give it away. And I mean, you appreciate this way more than your kids will, because you know the work that it took to get this stuff. You know how much blood, sweat, and tears you had to go through to get all these things. Just to give it to somebody, they're not going to appreciate it nearly as much as you. So I recommend secure your health first, then worry about the wealth after you got communications, security, and then worry about the wealth part, because this is all worthless if you're dead. That's it. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Check this stuff out. This is the most fun part. I think it's more fun than the other, worrying about your health and investing in your health. That's kind of boring. Buying gold and silver is fun, but you got to do some of the boring stuff.